Hello, and you are here with SlenderDan.
And Phoenix from Phoenix TV, if you're watching on my end.
Definitely. And this is kind of an interesting thing, because if you notice, I'm in Skyrim, and it's not the online one, so you can't do multiplayer with it.
Indeed.
So, what we're doing is we try to run Left 4 Dead 2, and that didn't work for his side. He's running a Mac, and it decided that it was going to go Mac crazy. So...
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we're kind of just... I almost want to say we're doing like a podcast thing, but we're playing a game. So how does that work?
It's a party.
Yeah, it's kind of a party. So what did you say you were playing on your side?
I'm playing Skate 3.
Skate 3, and I'm playing Skyrim. Interesting. Two complete opposites.
But hey, if you don't like Skyrim, you can watch Skate 3, and if you don't like Skate 3, you can watch Skyrim.
Definitely.
Or if
so basically,
nice, you can watch them both.
What we're going to do is we are going to talk about complete random stuff, maybe for a few episodes. Who knows how long this is going to go, so we're about to find out.
Indeed.
So, why don't you start? Tell me a little bit about, your gaming experience and all that.
Okay, my gaming experience. Well, I played a lot of games, mostly, not really shooters all that much for the longest time, but picked up Halo 2, liked it, and that made me buy Halo 3. And that caused me to be an absolute competitive freak for a long time, because I ran into some of my better friends, including Vita Adam from the channel, and yeah, by the time I stopped being competitive, I was a semi-pro team captain person, and I'm ridiculous at shooting games at this point.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I try and not be competitive anymore. That's way too much competition.
I see. And so what was the first game that you ever played?
First game I played? Okay, on accident, I played the first Resident Evil.
Oh.
Yeah, like the very beginning. That first zombie scared the heck out of me.
Huh. Were you supposed to be playing it?
I was like 7.
Oh.
And he just left the game on, and I went in there and played it, and it was a regrettable decision.
Did you get caught?
It wasn't that I got caught, it's that I ran into that first freaking zombie, and I'm a 7. And it chased me at the door, and I couldn't get out the door, and I didn't cry, but I thought about it.
Oh. What's going on? This game is running really laggish. That's the one thing. I gotta find a new program. I use for Acid Mine, and there's some games that just refuse to completely run with it. It makes it quite difficult.
Well, in my case, I don't have to worry about slow PC rates, because I have the non-upgradable Xbox 360 working on Xbox One.
Nice. That's awesome. How is that, by the way?
How is what?
The Xbox One.
I don't know. Well, I have played it. I take that back. I did get to try it out at one of their, free things.
Right.
But I don't actually own one. But I'm working on that. I have a PlayStation 4, though.
Awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. How's that? That I want to get.
It needs more games.
It needs more games. I'd agree with that. Still, the cold hard truth to all the people that, are into Xboxes and stuff, the PlayStation has sold double the amount, if not triple, of the units, so it's kind of doing better than the Xbox One currently.
This is true, mostly because of that whole must be online all the time thing.
Yeah, that was actually quite interesting. That, when they did that actually, I've never been an Xbox person myself. I have an Xbox 360, but when I heard that, I had friends that promised they would never ever join. They would never go to a PlayStation. After they heard that, they said they were going to move over. So that kind of, shows what happens when they did that.
Yeah, and if you recall the that big SimCity release where you had to always be online.
Right. Yeah.
That shouldn't have flopped that big, but the always online thing was just not good.
Right. I'm actually going to probably switch over to another game because it looks like Skyrim is going to be very unresponsive.
Maybe I should switch to Skyrim for the next episode.
Oh, I think it's this whole snow and stuff. I hate Fraps, but it's the only program that works.
Yeah.
I'm just aimlessly shooting arrows off into the distance. So, I have this goal, and it's to complete 25 games in video on my channel before this year is over.
Before the year is over.
Before the year is over.
Interesting.
And currently, I've only finished one game.
It was Limbo.
And it's Limbo, and I've never felt so good about deleting a game off of my computer after I finished it. That game I started I want to say 2013, and I just had to force myself to do each episode.
You didn't like it?
Yeah, I just found it, really, I wouldn't say difficult, but having you redo the things over and over again was kind of harsh.
I understand. That'd be tiring too, just not on film.
I'm glad that I finished it, though. Oh, I'm getting killed by an elf. She's very mad.
Limbo was a really good game.
It was. I mean, it's super ahead of its time and stuff and everything. It was a pretty good game. I'm gonna do a quick pause here for a second, switch over to something else.
Fair enough.
Alright. Do a desktop. I need something that I can run and just have in the background. Alright.
Trying to find something you can be real. I understand.
Yeah, definitely. Without, just lagging around, running around like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of harsh. I'm gonna go with what do I have? I had a card from playing Skyrim. That's sad. I never really got the card things on here. I'm gonna do some killing floor. That'll work out just fine.
I can't say I know what that game is offhand, but it sounds interesting.
Basically, you are one person, and you can join modded maps or up to, I think it's like 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
You just walk around and you kill a bunch of deformed, creatures and stuff, and at each level you go to someone else and get a new weapon and stuff. Other than that, that's basically what Killing Floor is.
Interesting.
And it takes place all in England.
Maybe you can party up with Insignific on that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he has Killing Floor, though.
I'm in England.
Alright. Oh, in England, yeah. Maybe he can be in the next game.
There you go.
There we go, we got that. Preparing to launch. Come on. Computers. More difficult than women, which is surprising. Come on. Application. Killing Floor. Let's end that task and restart it. That was funny. We kept tagging Insignific in all of the tweets that we were doing.
Yeah, poor guy.
I wonder what he thought of that. He probably was thinking about murdering both of us.
I don't know. It's good attention for both of them, or for him. Because he did both of us and all of our followers, all 5 of mine. We've been doing this forever, but we're not a community group necessarily.
Yeah.
All this stuff.
The thing is it's just hard to make your imprint out there because there's so many people trying to do the same thing, trying to be better than everyone else.
Indeed.
And some of them have a lot more money. Some of them have people that help jumpstart them. A whole bunch. So it's different.
More time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's their full career and stuff. And it's just different ways of looking at it, I guess.
Yeah. Our most popular time was whenever I was, in between the last job I had and this one, and got to work with, an actual professional wrestler on our wrestling show.
Interesting.
Yeah. No one you've heard of. It was a local guy, but they're one of the bigger groups in the state, and being able to work with, you know, one of their top guys helps you get some attention.
That's actually really interesting. Alright guys, so I moved to Killing Floor because Skyrim was not working, so we're going to continue off from that, I guess. And I'm going to go to the level that's named Hell. I'm going to go to that level.
Great place to go. Definitely.
I mean, it's all red, it's got spikes and stuff everywhere, and the monsters just fit in really, really well. So, we left off, I'm thinking, when you were talking about when you were playing, what was it, Resident Evil as your first game, on accident.
Yeah. Years later, that turned into WrestleMania 2000. Because anyone who's been watching forever will realize that I am a huge wrestling guy, and yeah, if you like wrestling, feel free to turn over to Phoenix TV Wrestling.
Definitely, there'll be yeah, and there'll also be a link under, you know, these videos that you can go and check out his and the and Phoenix TV's channel and stuff for all that. So make sure you guys go check that out. Right. I'm trying to think. My very first game that I guess I played probably would have been the very original Spyro on PlayStation 1.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Yeah, the Spyrals, they were pretty good. And
there was the Skylanders crap.
Yeah, I kind of am sad about what happened to him. Well, the Spyro in general. And you know, my parents were pretty strict and stuff, so I actually didn't. My very first real, like, M game, I should say, was on accident as well. My dad started playing the original Left 4 Dead.
Ooh, that's a good game.
And
the game I should have been playing right now.
That we would have been playing if your Mac was responsive.
Yeah.
But my dad was playing it, and he let me watch him. And I remember, like, the bridge ones when you go across the bridge and all that and everything. And I told him that I wanted to play it, and it was like the coolest thing. I'd go and watch him each night that he would play it. So he bought Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 for me. I made a Steam account, and I didn't know any of that stuff. I was just playing Spyro on the PlayStation. And he bought them for me. And, yeah, straight from Spyro to Left 4 Dead. And when my mom found out about it, she was not very happy. But, you know, I was already playing it, so there wasn't much she could do about it.
Yeah.
So that was that. And then I was also majorly into a browser game called Adventure Quest. It may sound a little bit familiar, and it's basically like a side-scroller game, and that was basically it. So, and then after I was, what's the word I'm looking for? Tainted by Left 4 Dead. I made a deal with my mom, and that was basically if I didn't tell her what I was playing, it was she really didn't care about it. So here I am today, blowing zombie heads off, cutting off limbs, and Dead Island and all that.
Sweet.
Yep.
Do you have
I'll tell you.
Up?
Dead Island, I have this major glitch that I found in Dead Island where if you stand under this roof, the zombies can only jump off in this one specific area. So if you stand there for like a few hours and you have some strong weapons, you can level your character up like extremely quickly.
Sweet.
So that I think it has like 1,000 views or something, and that thing that was probably the only Dead Island thing I put up, because other than that, the game just didn't want to run with fraps. There's a couple of games that I can't run on fraps, like, and Skyrim's one of them.
I understand.
Unfortunately, and actually, I'm not sure if Skyrim won't run, but it won't run with Skype and with the game running and everything.
Yeah.
And also I'm on a laptop, so I'm thinking when I move, I think I'm gonna move back to my PC because it has more power.
Yeah, it's a rare laptop that can, you know, do everything that we have to do.
Yeah, that's true. So tell me a little bit about when you started, like, early on in gaming on YouTube.
Let's see, the first thing that me and Flo, to our wonderful viewers, Flo was the first guy. Always has been. In fact, he was playing WrestleMania 2000 with me back in the day. So, no matter how many times he thinks about quitting or, you know, misses his weekly series, I'm probably never going to fire the poor guy. But Now, our first thing was I was fresh out of college with a design degree, and I said, or I just got a recorder, because I'm like, well, you know, I'll play enough games. I figure I can try and record them. You know, if I get a highlight, I can upload that, whatever.
Right, yeah.
But I always had this thing where I like to create, like, leagues and people and stuff like that. I like creating stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had the new, at the time, UFC Undisputed, like, 2010.
Okay.
And so after grinding for, you know, this took weeks of grinding through the campaign to unlock all this stuff, but on 5 separate Xbox accounts, I unlocked everything you had to unlock to create 5 16-man tournaments that we simulated.
Jeez.
And then I edited and then Flo commentated. We released all those in a month period. So my first experience was knocking out, let's see, 5 hours of content in a month.
Jeez, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, we're a bit of freaks on occasion.
Nothing wrong with that, right? You know, if you have a passion, might as well go for it.
Indeed. And then we evolved into other things we like to do, like Pro Wrestling X, and then we started doing regular gaming videos. And then after a long delay in between, you know, our last Pro Wrestling X event, and after a little bit of delay between that, I decided to keep this channel active. I said, I'm going to go daily. I don't care what it is or how long it is, we're going to go daily. And we've been daily ever since, along with picking up, you know, 2.5 other people who help fill our weekly quotas, and it's been a thing.
And did they all have the password and stuff, and they all upload on their own time into the channel, or how does that work?
One of them uploads on his own. The other one, he'll send me he'll put it in a Google Drive that we all have access to.
Interesting. So you guys are all local then?
No. We have, me and Big Tony live in the same city. Flo is about an hour away, but he visits, you know, every other weekend or whatever, because, you know, we're best friends from forever.
Awesome.
But Vita Ledham's in the other side of the country.
Oh, okay.
He's in Washington, and we're in, you know, Kentucky.
Right.
And then Dark Knight, he's in Tennessee. So
interesting.
We're local, but not local, but
right. That's kind of cool. So, have you guys worked with anybody else outside of the country?
No. No, you're actually our first collaboration with anyone who wasn't currently in the group.
Interesting.
Congratulations.
That's awesome. My next question is, do you guys have room for one more person?
We always have room to help fill a daily show.
You know, that whole idea is awesome to me, and just belonging to an organization and stuff. Mm-hmm. A while back, 2012, I was approached by a place called Gamers Cove.
Yeah.
And have you watched any of the Rust series that I'm running?
I have not.
I'm running. Do you know what Rust is?
Sadly, I've not heard of Rust, other than just seeing it on your channel.
Right. It's a new indie game that's come out. It's $20. So far, it's one of the first games released on Steam in alpha, in the very early stages of alpha.
Yeah.
And what it is it's like the M-rated version of Minecraft. You have to survive. There's radiation, and there's radiated animals in there. You have to deal with PvP people that will either work with you or help you. It's actually the successful version of DayZ, if you've heard of that.
Successful version of DayZ.
The successful version. So the transition of that is I'm running a series with the to-be leader. He was the leader of Gamers Cove at a time. And what it was like an organization like, you know, what you're running with Phoenix TV, but each one of us would upload a video on one of our channels, but then we would have it unlisted. We'd send them the link, and then they would put it on their channel.
So put it on their channel.
It ran for a while, and my dedicated series was called The Horror I Bring, and I would bring all these horror games, and
SlenderDan.
SlenderDan, yes.
This is a wonderful name, by the way.
Thank you. I've
got
needs
a lot more attention than what he gets.
Definitely. So, it ran really well for a while. I think I uploaded like 5 to 6 episodes, and that was once a week. So I was running for, you know, a month. And like certain things, communication fell apart. Some people couldn't make the uploading and everything. And sadly, it kind of ended. So, I still work with the leader from that. He and I are good friends. We have the Rush series and stuff, and it's pretty cool. I would like to see Gamers Cove come back, but most of the people are gone now. So, belonging to another organization would be awesome, and having to only upload to that channel once a week sounds highly accessible for me.
You have no idea how much easier it is since we picked up Big Tony and Dark Knight. They now fill 2 of 7 days every week, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's, you know, 8 videos a month that I don't have to come up with.
Definitely. So, if you guys are interested in having me on there, doing a dedicated series, I think that would be really cool.
You got something we can talk about that off camera?
Definitely. Yeah, that's what I figured. We don't need the peeps hearing the details.